One of my fondest memories was playing football at Punahou School, which, by the way, is a real treasure. I played with the great Charlie Wiedemeyer, and in 1964, in the old Interscholastic League of Honolulu, there were public and private schools together in the same league, and 8 of them. Back then, of course, high school football was a real big deal, and winning the ILH was a great honor. And some of my most treasured memories playing football at Punahou School. Most kids grow up in playgrounds. I grew up on the beach in Waikiki, so my playground was the surf. So it's just a natural evolution of sports for me to get into surfing and Hawaiian outrigger canoe racing, both of which have been lifelong sports. And of course, I retired from competitive surfing in the late 60s and developed professional surfing. Not only was it a sport and a pastime, it also became a good business. We live in an exciting time. We humans right now have traveled through some great changes in time and the circumstances in which we live. Just 100 years ago, there were very few cars. Space travel was fiction. There wasn't any communication. When I was a young boy, for instance, all the information to do a report for school or something had to be got through Encyclopedia Britannica. So things have changed dramatically, and so is true for surfing. Surfing when I was a young boy was a sport practiced pretty much in Hawaii, Australia, Peru, and the west and east coast of the North American continent. Now it is a very international sport, way more international than American football, for instance. Young people and old people are enjoying waves around the world. It's become a really great sport. Has a professional component to it, which I began in the late 60s and early 70s. Is very big. Top surfers today are making millions of dollars. In the 20th century, there were great luminaries in Hawaiian history. Military leaders, religious leaders, political leaders like Jack Burns. But the most beloved citizen of Hawaii was a surfer, a swimmer named Duke Kahanamoku. And you ask after yourself why was this man so loved? And I think because of the nature of his character, the man lived aloha. It's so sad nowadays to see a lot of these young people caught up with what I call the aoli syndrome. No, it seems that's the biggest word now. It's being used in contemporary Hawaii as know this, know that, and people are so caught up in knowing. Duke only saw aloha. Duke was, without a doubt, the greatest sportsman in Hawaiian history. His Olympic prowess, his father in modern day surfing, he spread surfing around the world. His swimming, people forget about the man as a champion and a pioneer in canoe surfing and canoe racing. Taught a lot of great steersmen of Hawaii and a lot of great paddling teams how to steer and paddle and win races. He is by far and away, I think, Hawaii's greatest athlete. When you're in politics, you compete against the other political party, but you also compete trying to sell ideas and concepts to the general public. Politics is an art unto itself, and unfortunately, in my opinion, we have a one-party monopoly here, and we know monopolies are not good in the U.S. Well, one of the things that motivated me was I was posting tidbits of my past lives. I've had a lot of different things in my life that I can write about, from politics to surfing to a number of entrepreneurial pursuits. And people said, well, write a book. And so I did. And I made it a memoir, but really the book is about Hawaii. It's a tribute to Hawaii. It's a tribute to how blessed we are to call Hawaii home. That's what the book's really about. Then the second theme of the book, I think, is fate. How fate has touched my life tremendously. I'm a local boy and sat in the White House and had dinner with the President of the United States. I was involved in getting Northwest Archipelago turned into the world's largest Marine Reserve. I got involved in starting professional surfing. Started the Pipeline Masters, longest standing event in surfing 48 years ago. So my life has taken me down different paths, and I have to say that my greatest blessing is having 4 wonderful children and 7 beautiful grandchildren. Ultimately, family is the ultimate reward.